Hey everyone, I'm back. Today we will be going over diet and daily, starting with the diet. Let's go. When I weighed myself this morning, I was 146.8 pounds. I think that's up 0.4 from yesterday. Not exactly sure what happened there, but oh well. Today I had 2 keto seed toasts, 2 eggs, 3 bacons, and 2 hot dogs that were microwaved, put on keto-friendly toasts with mustard, mayonnaise, and zero sugar ketchup, with an A&W zero sugar root beer, and a cup of coffee. Oh, and a cup of coffee in the morning too, with 2 espresso shots. And that concludes everything I ate today. Well, now that we've got that covered, what was done for workout today? Nothing too involved, just some stretching in the morning, specifically for my neck, and walking around the store I work at, maybe a little bit of jogging every now and then, and that's about it. Well, there you go for the diet update. Let's get started on the daily update. So, I was woken up by our family friend at around 9:30 a.m. because she wanted to go somewhere, but I was parked up on the driveway, so I had to walk and go straight to my car, turn it on, very groggy while doing this, mind you, back to my car, and then parked in front of the other car that's in the driveway so our family friend could leave. When she was gone, parked my car, and then I went into the house. When I got into the house, my mom was telling me about what we could potentially do for the funeral video for our cat Avery when we show it to my other sisters and my sister's boyfriend. Specifically, perhaps adding some music in it that's very emotional. I think the music track she chose was December the Album, I think is what it was called. So, just bouncing around ideas to enhance the overall experience of our dearly departed Avery's funeral video. Well, after that, I remember I was watching YouTube on my phone. I have to be honest, I think I was watching a UAP GERB video, but my mind was feeling extremely lethargic and just too sucked into it. Like it felt like I was putting way too much time into absorbing that information and not enough time just being in the present moment and just appreciating what is currently happening in front of me. So, when I realized that, I was like, oh, I better put this video down and try to do something without my phone for once. So, when I went into the kitchen, my mom needed to leave for work, so I said goodbye to her and that I loved her, and then she left. And when she left, it took me a little bit of a while, but eventually I decided to wipe. I put a 15-minute timer up on the kitchen oven, and then I wiped 2 pans, cleaned them good. I needed to change the trash because it was loaded. Threw it outside, then put a new trash bag in, and once that was good to go, I was able to finish wiping down the pans, and then I could make my breakfast. This included the keto toast, the fried eggs, and the 3 bacons. I cooked the bacons differently this time around Normally, I preheat the pan top and wait for it to warm up before putting the bacon on so it can sizzle. But I was watching a Binging with Babish show, and apparently he stated the best way to heat up bacon is by putting it on the pan at room temperature before slowly heating it up. Apparently, he stated that this is going to help render the fat better. So that is what I did. And what did I think about it? Yeah, tasted pretty good. I think it had an overall more even heating. And yeah, I liked it. Thumbs up. Well, as I was eating the food and enjoying the eggs on the toast, the keto toast where I put the butter on, I realized that, oh wow, I kind of want to watch something while I eat. So I decided to go on my phone. I was trying to find something. I decided to continue watching the UAP GERB video. And as I was eating, my sister woke up and walked in. I said hello. Oh, wait. Actually, no, that didn't happen until a little later. Yeah, so after I was done eating, I decided to turn off or put away my phone because I felt like I needed some time to let my mind breathe. And so I grabbed my personal journal and I decided to write in it. And basically, what I wrote was that I think I'm tired of being tired. I feel like I dedicate too much time just, wasting time and not developing my skill sets of being a good editor, storyteller, and animator. And that I feel like I need to start doing something with my time that's more productive and fulfilling because my mind was feeling really full of brain fog and just kind of deadened. And I didn't really like that feeling and I wanted to do something about it. So I decided to go for a 15-minute walk to refresh my mind and to feel better. And during the walk, I really enjoyed the cool, crisp, fresh air. It was very nice. I really liked it. And I was just, having an internal conversation to myself about what I could do to improve, which was create a schedule, stick to it, be aware of everyone else's schedule so you can plan accordingly. Work on starting your own intellectual property or IP or business, and take it seriously and don't fluffle around with it. So yeah, that was pretty much what I thought. And as I was thinking this, there was I heard a loud like wavy sound behind me, and I looked up, and as I looked up, there was a army of what looked to be doves that were just flying around and passed by. And I don't know about you, but I took that as a sign that perhaps the Lord is telling me that I am on the right track. At least that's what I would like to think. Well, anyways, and this was around the time I was finishing my walk too, so that made it even more magical. Well, after I was done with that, I arrived home, and when I arrived, I decided to go ahead and write down 3 intentions I plan on doing today. The first one was to develop my Brain Jam video that I've been neglecting for way too long. The second was quality customer service because most of my time today will be spent doing work, or was spent doing work. So I'm going to put 110% in, making sure the customers feel welcomed and helped. And the last thing was be in bed before 12:30, and the time is currently 12:08. I've got 2 reasons for this. One is I want to have a more consistent bedtime because I feel like mornings need to be treated as sacred to really push forward in life. But on the other hand, my real reason is because tomorrow is my cheat day. And I spent time working on these delicious looking and smelling cookies that will be loaded with all kinds of goodies like Heath and pretzels and cinnamon toast crunch and caramel corn. And, the idea of eating them is super exciting, and I honestly can't wait. But um, I I'm like I kind of want. My mom goes to work tomorrow at 9 a.m. and I want to make sure I'm up early so I can make the cookies for her, and me and my sister. So yeah, that's my. I guess you could say that might be my real reason for waking up early. Pretty funny. Well, anyways, once I was done with that, I decided to work an hour on Brain Jam Extra, and yeah, I got a good amount of work done. So far, I am developing the video by having the camera of the video scroll through text as I'm reading it that I wrote down, like notes that I'm studying for my main channel, Brain Jam, which will basically just be a more creative and fun way of showing how I'm teaching myself how to draw and do art, which I think is a fun idea, but with like fictional characters learning instead of me, but me basically just being like those characters. I think it would be an interesting challenge to challenge my storytelling, also teaching myself at the same time. But that was worked out for a while. I'm starting to think maybe I should also draw some example images to help sell like what exactly the idea should be for certain notes that I took down. I think, or sometimes putting like visual aid to help like identify, like, ooh, this is from this scene, from this film or this comic or what have you. So it's definitely going to be a more involved process than I was expecting, which is good. I think the more involved you are, the more it shows that you actually care about what you're putting out. So awesome. Well, after the hour was done, I decided to watch a short animation from the late 80s from Disney. It was the musical Oliver and Company, which was like an animated version of the Oliver movie, but with like a cat and dogs instead of humans. And it was like a more lightened version of the story. So yeah, one of their more unique efforts, but one of the songs I watched was the character Georgette singing Perfect Isn't Easy, which I get a kick out of because I think the animation and expression of the character is hilarious and very funny and entertaining to watch. And I just really like the way the drawings are done, like, and the context in which they're used is just absurd. Because it's like you have these birds that are like, oh my gosh, this dog's amazing, and like the dog's like, yeah, I know I'm amazing, and then all the other dogs are like, we want you, and yeah, it's just a funny little musical number because of those things. But anyways, after I was done watching that, I decided to go out to the front of the door because I thought I heard something drop in the front. And it turns out mail had been dropped, but not just any mail. The real life fake wizard hot cocoa I ordered back on December 11th has finally arrived. Sadly, I wasn't able to try it today, but I asked my sister if she'd be willing to try it, and she willingly accepted. So I decided to pour her a cup of milk with whole fat grass-fed milk, and then I boiled that, then I put 3 tablespoons of the chocolate in there. It's supposed to be a fancy Belgian chocolate that has a really really depthful flavor, and I sweetened a little bit by sprinkling some brown sugar in there. Mix that up at low heat until it started to thicken, and then I served it to my sister. She said that the flavor was very rich and deep, and it was so good that she said it even gave her goosebumps, which must mean it's really, really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that out tomorrow on cheat day. Well, anyways, after I allowed her to she showed me like a. This actually happened before. When I asked if she wanted some, and as I was making the cocoa, she showed me a clip of like a woman who looked to be in her mid-30s, who was doing like a cosplay reenactment of the Perfect Isn't Easy scene from Oliver and Company, because I told my sister I was watching that clip after my hour-long editing session, and yeah, it was absurd. It was kind of funny. It was a little cringe, not gonna lie. But who am I to say? I've done plenty of cringy things in the past, but I mean, you gotta give it to the lady for having the courage to film that and then put it on the internet for people to watch. I mean, it takes some courage to put yourself out there doing something so silly. So I appreciate her for doing that. But yeah, after I was done with making the cocoa, giving it to my sister, her hearing her opinion on it, I even filmed it. It may post that as a separate video later. We'll see. I then needed to get dressed and ready to go to work, so that's what I did. I said goodbye to my sister, a long, comically long goodbye, and then I left, drove off, and when I arrived at work today, I was the whole shift from 2 to 11, I was given sweep duty. So I needed to ensure that the produce was swept, the entire store was swept, the break room was swept, and the bathroom trashes were fully, fine and taken out, and there was no trash on the floor in the bathrooms. So, yeah, I had to do that for my entire shift, so really not much to say other than there was a lot of walking, there was a lot of pushing brooms. Sometimes there was helping customers with bagging their items. Sometimes there was taking items out to customers in the parking lot. There was some fun customer interactions that I'm trying to remember if there was one that was somewhat memorable. No, I can't think of any right now. Yeah, that's about it. My first break, I decided to go and refill my water canteen at the nearby place that does it for free, and then I did a quick breathwork session before eventually returning back, where I would continue my sweeping duties. Then, on the halfway point, 4 hours in, I punched out for lunch. I decided to get all the items I needed for the best quality cocoa, including heavy whipping cream for whipped cream. Also, what else other than heavy whipping cream? Oh, that reminds me, I need to chill a metal bowl before going to bed tonight. Oh yeah, cheese. Sharp cheddar cheese, shredded, pre-packaged. For macaroni, because I want to try binging with Babish. Evaporated milk mac and cheese sauce that looks really, really good. Ice cream, because my mom got a apple pie 2 nights ago, and I think we should eat it tomorrow night with the vanilla ice cream. I think that would be really good. It's Tillamook homemade flavor, so that looks really good. And yeah, I think. Oh yeah, and marshmallows for the hot chocolate tomorrow. So yeah, plenty of really good stuff that I'm definitely looking forward to trying out. So I drove off home, so I could drop all of the items I bought off there while also making lunch and leaving. Now, when I was making what would be my keto friendly hot dogs, our family friend called me in. I walked over and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she told me that somebody crashed into the back of her car while she was driving with her friend on a turnaway, and it left a gash so bad in the back that you can't even close the back car door, which is terrible. And but what's important is that our family friend is of course okay, and did not get injured, and her friend also did not get injured, which is the most important thing. They are fine. But apparently the person who did it was really rude. They were like saying, you people, you're always, putting me in accidents, and like they weren't taking any self-responsibility, and then like my family friend was able to get their phone number, their license plate, but apparently she thinks that they don't have like insurance. So I don't know, if I was her, I would be doing anything I could to get some insurance company to come in and help out or something. There has to be something you can do after some awful event like that, right? Like you can't just let the bullies step on you is what I'm saying. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that was pretty spooky. Apparently, what saved our family friend said what saved them from getting killed, in their opinion, was that there was she had her wheelchair in the back, which apparently did enough to give enough resistance to stop the car from crashing further into the back of the vehicle. So she believes that the wheelchairs saved their lives, which, if true, it was really good that that just so happened to be there at that point in time. So yeah, really, really scary. I'm glad she's okay, and I'm glad her friend is also okay, and I hope that the person who did that gets what's coming to them. That's all I gotta say. All right. Well, after that, I made my hot dogs. I put mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, and zero sugar ketchup on them. And yeah, I ate that. It was really good. As I was eating it, I was watching Binging with Babish make his mac and cheese. He said that he used 12 ounces of shredded cheddar, and I only got 8 ounces of shredded cheddar when I bought it from the store. So that means I'm gonna have to get some extra cheese from one of the other cheese bags in our fridge. So I don't know, maybe queso, maybe Mexican cheese. I guess we'll have to try it out. It has to be cheese that has starch on it because that's used as an anti-caking. Well, anyways, after that, I decided to clock in what I ate today on my Samsung Health app on my phone, and then I had some coffee as I was doing it, and then our family friend asked if I could get her phone and her charger, so I got her phone. I couldn't find her charger though, so she decided to get that because she knew where it was. And then I needed to leave for work immediately. She asked me one more favor, so she said that they had some steaks in the car, and I could have half of it. But I had to get it out. But I was like, oh, I don't have time. I got to go to work, but I'll get the food out and put in the fridge for you. And she said, thank you. So I did that. And I brought the food into the house, and I said goodbye, and I'm glad you're safe. Kissed my family friend on the head, and then I left for work. When I got to work, last 4 hours was pretty fine. I restocked the bags in the front. I was able to wipe down check stands 3 and 4. I was able to close the produce blinds, and I was able to clear lot. So yeah, not bad at all. And I also did get help on check stand 4 with one of my coworkers who helped out, which was good. And yeah, I remember as I was like helping bag among multitasking with sweeps and throwing some trash out and all that. There's currently like a jackpot going on, and one of our I remember asking one of my coworkers, "What would you do if you won?" Basically, I got a similar answer from my coworker, and then one of my co-managers, and then one of the customers, which was I would pay off all my debt. I would finish paying off my house. I would buy a house for each of my family members, and yeah, I would probably I would probably just get whatever I wanted and give it to my family. So yeah, that was pretty cool to hear. Well, after that, punching in the sweeps and all that good stuff, and closing the produce blinds and everything, wiping down check stands, and yeah, I punched out, said goodbye to my coworkers and my co-manager, walked to my car, drove off home. When I arrived home, I greeted my sister, and I said, I want to enjoy cheat day as soon as possible, so I'm just going to get ready for bed and then record my update video. So I took my vitamins, and then before I brushed my teeth, my sister was telling me about like how cloning like happens, and she was watching a video about it, and how she always wondered if someone was cloned, would they have the exact same personality, or would they just be, they look the same but they're a different like, character. And more often than not, it's basically just like they look the same but it's a different like individual, despite them having similar facial features and things like that. And this is for pets mostly, and animals. Apparently not many humans have been cloned. I don't know if there are any humans that are artificially cloned, honestly. That'd be interesting to look into. But yeah, then I said, all right, time to go to bed. Good night, love you. And then I said good night, and then I brushed my teeth and took some mouthwash. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention, I did schedule a appointment for the dentist this morning after my mom told me that she's gonna get her teeth cleaned, and she suggested I do the same. So I was also able to schedule an appointment at 3:45 p.m. tomorrow in the afternoon. So yeah, that's gonna happen. That'll be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be a fun cheat day. Can't wait to go crazy. Oh yeah. But that's gonna do it for now. I decided to record this video, and here we are. Thank you ever so much for watching and spending some time with me today. Really do appreciate it. I will now be going to bed while listening to an astral projection meditation to see if I can astral project or not. See you on the other side. Good night and goodbye.